All right, let's jump into another deep dive. Today, we're going deep into TikTok trends. We've got this really interesting snapshot of data, all from January 22nd, 2025. And it's amazing. It's full of suggested accounts. We've got trending hashtags, even some individual posts. It's like a digital time capsule,
Yeah.
capturing this specific moment on this global platform, ready to open it up.
Absolutely, yeah. What's really interesting to me is that we're not just looking at random videos, right? This
Mhm.
data shows us what millions of users all over the world were watching on that day. It's like a glimpse into the collective mind of TikTok.
Yeah, okay, let's start with something that really stood out to me, the music. We've got this list of suggested accounts, and it's incredible. It's like a who's who of music. Bad Bunny,
Mm.
Taylor Swift, Billie Eilish. I mean, the range of artists is massive.
Yeah, it really is. And I think that kind of variety says a lot about how we listen to music these days. The lines between genres are getting blurry, and platforms like TikTok are a big part of that. People are finding new artists and sounds that they might never have heard before. It's like the algorithm is saying, hey, you like this, you might like this totally different thing too.
It's true. It's like having a personalized radio station. Just for you, basically, right?
Yeah.
And it's not even just about the artists either. We've also got specific tracks here like Forever by Labyrinth and Quinceañera by Banda Machos.
Oh yeah, those tracks are probably pointing to trending sounds, or maybe even those viral challenges. Forever has been huge on TikTok. People use it in videos about, heartbreak, nostalgia, all that. And then Quinceañera, that could mean people are getting back into more traditional Latin music. It's cool to see how these songs get a whole new life and meaning on TikTok.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it makes you think, does a song get popular because it's trending on TikTok, or does it trend because it's already popular?
Right.
It's like, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Yeah. But speaking of trends, let's move on to the hashtags. Okay, so we're seeing a bunch here, like hashtag gospel music, hashtag thank you, Lord, hashtag go viral.
hmm
It's not just about the music itself. There's kind of a spiritual thing going on here, too.
You're right. That's a great observation. This group of hashtags seems to show that there's this growing community, and they're finding comfort and connection through faith-based content, right? It could
Mm.
mean that people are feeling this need for spiritual stuff online. Maybe they're looking for comfort or inspiration in this crazy digital world.
And don't forget that hashtag go viral hashtag. It shows that these creators really want to reach more people and spread their message.
It's like they're using TikTok for more than just entertainment. It's for outreach and building community. And then we see something totally different with hashtags like, hashtag Oromo TikTok, hashtag Ethiopian TikTok, hashtag Habesha TikTok, hashtag Somali TikTok, hashtag Tigray TikTok. Yeah, that's a perfect example of how TikTok connects people from all these different cultures, right? These hashtags create spaces for communities to share their traditions, languages, and experiences. It's really powerful. It reminds us that even when we're far apart, we can still find common ground. We can connect with people all over the world through the things we love.
Right. Yeah, it's like this global melting pot online. Then there's hashtags like hashtag streak reminder, hashtag streak, hashtag streak saver. Okay, what's with all the fire emojis?
Oh yeah, those fire emojis are definitely meant to catch your eye. Those hashtags usually point to those challenges where, people try to post every day without missing a day. The fire emojis are like showing how important these streaks are to people. It's like a badge of honor showing your dedication to the TikTok community.
Interesting. And it looks like we've got even more fire emojis over here. Hashtag Biriamarong, hashtag dance, hashtag prank, hashtag Alma Piano, hashtag Emma Pianodens, hashtag South Africa, hashtag Nigerian TikTok, hashtag Ghanaian TikTok, hashtag Ghana TikTok. This is a whole other set of cultural trends.
It is. That cluster of hashtags shows us how popular Amapiano music and dance are, especially in South Africa and other parts of Africa. TikTok is helping these cultural things spread across the world, showing people new sounds and moves they've never seen. And when you see hashtags like hashtag Nigerian TikTok, it shows a lot of national pride. People want to show off their local talent to everyone on TikTok.
Yeah, definitely. And then you've got your more general hashtags like hashtag pay, hashtag viral. Those seem to be everywhere.
Yeah, those are basically the universal language of TikTok. Creators use them hoping to get more views and end up on that For You page. The algorithm controls what people see, so these hashtags are a way to kind of play the game.
That makes sense. Speaking of playing the game, I saw this post from Trophid Boy, and he's offering a follow back if you comment with no likes. That's a pretty smart way to get more engagement, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's a classic TikTok growth strategy. Creators are always trying new things to get more followers and engagement. This tactic is cool because it rewards people for interacting in a specific way. It builds a feeling of community and makes people want to come back for more content.
Awesome, that's smart. And then there's this post from Jen Love Shisung talking about the K-pop idol Jaehyun enlisting in the military. K-pop fans are serious business.
They really are. This shows us those intense relationships fans have with idols. Some people might not know, but a parasocial relationship is this one-sided bond that fans form. They feel like they actually know this celebrity, even though they don't really. And TikTok, because it's so personal, can make those feelings even stronger. So something like military enlistment, it's a big life change, and it can feel really personal to fans, even though they're not actually involved in idol's life.
Yeah, it's fascinating. It's like these platforms blur the lines between public and private and create this shared experience no matter where you are in the world. But before we go too deep into K-pop, there's another post that caught my eye. This one is from Shanies55, and it's about the K-pop group Stray Kids. They use the hashtag Pourtois. What does that mean?
Oh, hashtag Pourtois is French for you. It adds this extra layer of meaning to the post. It's like a dedication or a special message just for Stray Kids. It shows how dedicated and passionate K-pop fans are on TikTok. They use hashtags to connect, express their love, and feel like they belong to this bigger community. It's like their own fandom language with inside jokes, references, and all these heartfelt messages.
Oh, it's a whole world in itself. Okay, so we've looked at music, hashtags, and even gotten a little taste of K-pop fandom. I feel like we've barely scratched the surface of what this TikTok data tells us. Where should we go from here?
I think it'd be really interesting to dig into those individual posts. Each one gives us a unique look into what TikTok users are thinking, feeling, and experiencing. We could see trends in humor, how people talk to each other, even social issues. So, should we take a closer look?
Absolutely, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we can find in this digital time capsule.
Okay, how about this post? It's from Unforeknown Boss. The caption is, "Well, where, why? Friday, fade." What do you see here?
Oh, well, we're wary why it definitely wins for, like, most enthusiastic caption today. But besides all the excitement, it's interesting to see how people are, like, changing language online.
Right. It's like there's this whole TikTok dialect developing, all the slang, emojis, abbreviations. It creates a way of talking that's unique to TikTok, and it's always changing too. So it's hard to keep up if you're not, constantly on the app.
Yeah, it's like you need a decoder ring just to understand what people are saying.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that Friday fade means something about a haircut.
Yeah, probably. Fade is a really popular haircut, and people on TikTok love to show off their new fades, especially on Fridays. Like, they're ready for the weekend. It's almost a ritual, a way to end the week and just express themselves.
It's amazing how a haircut can turn into this, like, cultural thing on TikTok. Okay, let's switch gears and look at this post from Glowing Grace. It's a quote about resilience, and it has the hashtag mental health matters.
This is a great example of how people are using TikTok to talk about important issues. Mental health is a really big topic on the platform. People are sharing their stories, offering support, trying to break down stigmas. It's nice to see these conversations happening so openly.
Definitely, it shows that people want to connect and get support online, especially with things that might be, harder to talk about in person. It's not just mental health either, right? I'm seeing posts about body positivity, LGBTQ plus rights, climate change.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. TikTok is becoming a place for activism and advocacy. People are using its reach to get their voices heard and connect with others who feel the same way. It reminds us that even these platforms that seem, just fun and lighthearted can really affect how we talk about important things.
It's like TikTok's becoming more than just entertainment. It's actually a force for good, in a way. But, I mean, let's be real, there's also a darker side to it all, right?
Yeah, of course. We can't forget that TikTok, like any online platform, has its problems. We've seen misinformation spreading, cyberbullying, even dangerous challenges. It's a reminder that we have to be smart about what we see online and use these platforms responsibly.
Right, it's a constant balance, isn't it? Enjoying the good stuff while being aware of the bad stuff, too.
Yeah, exactly. We have to find that balance and be thoughtful and critical when we're online. But for now, let's keep focusing on the positive. We've seen how TikTok shapes music trends, brings together different communities, even pushes for social change. It's a powerful way for people to connect and express themselves, and it's always changing.
Yeah, it's true. It's like a mini version of society showing our interests, our values, even our worries. And like we saw today, just looking at data from one day can tell us so much about what it's like to be human in this digital age.
It makes you wonder, what stories will be told through TikTok in the future? What will it be like a year from now, 5 years from now? There are so many possibilities.
It really is mind-blowing when you think about it. We tend to think of these platforms as like just for fun, but they're so much bigger than that. They're shaping culture, changing how we think, connecting us in ways we never even imagined.
It's a whole new world out there, and TikTok is leading the way. Which brings us back to why we started this deep dive. Remember, we started with that data snapshot from January 22nd, 2025. We've seen trends, music, hashtags, individual posts. But what does it all tell us? What does it all mean?
It's easy to get lost in all the little details, but when I step back and look at the big picture, I'm struck by just how diverse TikTok is. We saw everything from gospel music to amapiano dances, from mental health awareness to K-pop. It's like it reflects all the different sides of being human.
I love that. That's a beautiful way to put it. It reminds us that even online, even in this digital world, we're all connected by these shared human experiences. We laugh, we cry, we dance, we share what we love, we look for connection. And TikTok, in its own way, gives us a place to do all of that.
It's like a digital tapestry, right?
Yeah.
Made up of millions of individual stories all woven together, and it's constantly changing, always growing, with new trends and communities popping up all the time.
Exactly. And that's what makes it so interesting to study. It's like a living, breathing thing, showing us the heartbeat of global culture.
So as we wrap up our deep dive today, I have a question for our listeners out there. Think about your own For You page, that FYP on TikTok. What does it say about you? What does it say about your interests, your values, your place in the world?
That's such a good question. It reminds us that we're not just watching, we're actually shaping what happens online. Every comment, every share adds to the story of TikTok.
And who knows? Maybe the trends we're seeing today will turn into something even bigger tomorrow. Maybe they'll inspire whole new movements and ideas. So to everyone listening, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep engaging with the world around you, both online and offline, of course.
The journey of discovery never really ends, right? Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of TikTok trends. Until next time.